Are you aware of the current housing crisis in Ontario? A startling reality check is the fact that Ontario's population surged by nearly 200,000 in just the last half year. Now, contrast that with a meager 37,245 housing starts within the same period. It's akin to trying to fit a gallon of water into a pint pot. What's more, the majority of these new units are one-bedroom or studio apartments, a far cry from what the burgeoning populace requires. It's like trying to feed a banquet with a single loaf of bread. Over the last 36 months, we've seen population growth equivalent to a decade's worth. Yet Ontario is lagging behind in home construction compared to the rest of Canada. The result? A low vacancy rate and skyrocketing rents. Clearly, Ontario is facing a mismatch between population growth and housing availability. What does this housing crisis mean for Ontario's residents? Let's take a moment to consider the conditions and impact of this issue. Imagine a basement apartment originally designed for a single family, now crammed with 25 international students. This is not an isolated incident, but a stark representation of the severe overcrowding currently plaguing Ontario. Families are squeezed into living spaces far too small for comfort, let alone health and safety. But overcrowding is just one symptom of the crisis. High rents and low vacancy rates only add to the strain, making it increasingly difficult for Ontarians to find affordable housing. The root of the problem? A mismatch in the rate of population growth and home building. Ontario's population has surged, but the housing supply hasn't kept pace. To turn the tide, Ontario must address the sluggish pace of home building and manage population growth more effectively. The housing crisis is not just about numbers, it's about the living conditions of Ontario's residents. So what can be done to resolve Ontario's housing crisis? Let's delve into some solutions. One factor affecting home building is high global interest rates, which have slowed construction. However, provinces like Alberta and Nova Scotia have managed to rise above this challenge, increasing their building rates. Ontario, on the other hand, has only implemented 28 out of 74 recommendations from its 2022 Housing Affordability Task Force report. This slow implementation, coupled with municipalities raising development charges, has further hindered new projects. Now let's consider population growth. The federal government has a goal to reduce non-permanent residents to below 5% of Canada's population within the next 3 years. This could potentially ease housing demand, but will it be effective and fast enough? The Bank of Canada has its doubts. To truly alleviate this crisis, Ontario needs to execute existing plans and recommendations to increase housing supply and manage population growth effectively. Ontario's housing crisis can be resolved, but it needs swift and decisive action. In such a climate, have you considered the potential of a side hustle? In times of economic uncertainty, a side hustle can be a financial lifesaver. It's not just about making ends meet, it's about creating financial security and independence. Imagine tapping into a profitable venture that could net you between $5,000 and $10,000 every month. That's right, 5 to 10 grand, right from the comfort of your own home. You don't need a fancy office or a big startup fund. All you need is a strong work ethic, a dash of creativity, and the willingness to learn. The best part? It's easier than you think to get started. With the right guidance and resources, you could be on your way to establishing your own profitable side hustle. Check out the link in the description for a free training that can help Canadians start their side hustle. Take control of your financial future today.